All right. Yesterday, I got a huge influx of comments from Catholics and the Orthodox. I don't know where that came from. It's just a flood. And I got a bunch of videos about their silly arguments. And this morning, I woke up to some more. So I got a few more for you here. And this is, where are the other Christians? So they're saying, oh, whether they're Catholic or Orthodox, they're going to say, we were there from the beginning, so where are these other Christians? And there's two issues here. They ignore the fact that there was other sects, not saying that they were all correct, right? That they were 100% following the truth, that there weren't any heresy among those churches, because it was the same thing with the Catholics and the Orthodox. There's a bunch of errors, right? It's just that these two ones were originally together. They mingled with the state. They did what Israel did and said, we have no king but Caesar. So they got church and state power and used that state power to then take out the other groups. Where there was groups like the Gnostics, the Paulians, the Waldensians, the Aboigenses. Thought there was a couple more I could name off the top of my head, but there's other groups. But whenever there was a group that would pop up, the Catholic Church, Rome, would kill off the people and burn off their writings. The Orthodox, I assume, did similarly. It's just like what Israel was doing to the Christians, right? And that makes it look like you're the only church that existed. All this argument does is prove how you silenced everybody else. Like, right now, 1,500 years later, is the only time that there's been other groups. No, there's always been other groups. Just when Rome actually had the power, they would kill them all and burn their writings. And that's exactly what Rome would do to the Protestants right now if it had the power. And then force everybody under the wings of Catholicism, under its authority, under its thumb. Because it doesn't care about you and free will and it, or freedom or anything like that. It wants you to submit to it. Because it's Roman. It's the Roman universal church. The Roman proper church. Because orthodoxy would mean something along the lines of proper, the right way to do something, right? So it's the Roman churches here, and they forcefully took out every other group, and then they're like, well, where are they? Where are they? Well, they're in your graveyard. That's where they are. Buried under your churches. And you see this same attitude when this really blossomed about 500 years ago. You have the Protestant Reformation. The Catholics tried to stomp that out the way they always did and tried to imprison these people, torture them, get them to recant. And if they couldn't, they would burn them alive and then burn their translations of the Bible. Right? These people weren't bringing out satanic books. They were burning Bibles and the people that were trying to translate them to give them to other people. And then they're trying to say, well, where are all the other Christians? Where are they? Well, we saw during the Reformation what you would do to these people. It was just only 500 years ago where it finally got the steam where it was too big for you to stop it. So, silly argument that all it does is reveal how evil this group is. So, thank you for your time. I got a couple more coming. Short little videos. But this is the silly stuff they come up with. And you notice that all these arguments have nothing to do with, hey, look at the scriptures here. Let's talk about these and let's open up the scriptures so that you can see that we are the true church. No, all their arguments come from nonsense that really doesn't prove anything. Even if there is no other church, like Israel, there is no other Israel before Jesus. So it's like saying, where are the other Israels? We're the true one. So that means we're correct and we can never be wrong and we're never going to fall into apostasy. When that's obviously not true. That's why it's a silly and stupid argument. And only would work on a child that hasn't learned to reason and think critically. And it seems like the minds of Catholics and Orthodox have been stunted into that mindset of a child where they cannot think critically. Which is weird because some of these people are generally smart people. When you talk to them about things outside of Christianity, some of them are skilled in their jobs and what they do. And you think, hey, this is a reasonable person. I could think I can talk to this Catholic about the scriptures. No can do. These are the silly arguments that convince them that they are right. When this is just silly. This is dumb. And the history shows the reason why you can't find groups is you have to really look into them. And they were killed. There's a bunch that you don't know about because they were wiped out of history by these churches. Mainly the Catholics. So, thanks again for watching. Thank you for your time. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. And may God bless you and yours.